Hello happy souls, welcome back to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Souls 1111. Thanks for joining me, guys. Welcome back. So today is the second of our very new star readings, and today's all about self-love. How can you love yourself more? How do you actually see yourself? Why aren't you prioritizing your needs? And how you can show yourself you're more worthy? Something you need to let go of. Something you need to acknowledge, and a message from the light. So choose your pile. We've got a range of cards that I've prepared already. I haven't looked at them myself yet. For pile 1, we've got Larimar. Pile 2, we've got the clear quartz. And pile 3, we've got the celestite. I'm excited for this reading. Okay, so let's do this. Pile 1 for the Larimar. So the first card will be how you see yourself. Why you're not prioritising your needs. We've got the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. How can you show yourself you're worthy? We've got the Tower reversed. How you can be more authentic. We've got the Star reversed. Something you need to let go of. We've also got the Tower reversed. That's really powerful. That's come up twice. Something you need to acknowledge. We've got Pleiades, double mission, and a message from the light. Wow, it's actually light. That is absolutely mind-blowing. So this is big for you, pile 1. How you see yourself. This Knight of Pentacles, you're very patient and stable and reliable. You like to plan. You're very grounded. Security and stability is important to you. Preparation is important to you. But this also means that it can, you're not always good at taking risks, taking steps in the dark. It's like you listen to your intuition, but you're sometimes afraid of where it may lead you because you can't plan for everything the light brings forward. In terms of how you don't prioritise your needs, this is really interesting that it's a regression from the Knight to the Page. And we see here this Page reaching for his pentacle up to the left, in this, which I would say is the divine feminine left brain energy. And he's not quite reaching it. So for me, this is about not fulfilling your own potential, not putting yourself first. You've probably been holding yourself back because you have other obligations at the moment. But your first priority is to yourself. And all of these big plans and these dreams that you've been, afraid to reach for or have felt out of reach because of these obligations, you need to start making you a priority. I mean, in terms of how you can show yourself you're worthy, we've got the Tower in reverse here. And it's really interesting to note that the something you needed to let go of is also the Tower. Now, in the Moonchild deck, it's quite a traditional image of the Tower, and they're literally falling. There's a thunderstorm, it's a dark night, and they're falling into water, into emotion. And for this to come up in reverse as how you can show yourself you're not worthy, I feel like you may have suffered from, repeated highs and lows. And you really need to give yourself enough time and focus now on your emotional well-being so that you can not go to this dark place. That, every kind of potential explosive circumstance isn't disturbing your peace of mind. You really need to learn how to relax. There's a tremendous amount of anxiety here. And, mindfulness practices, meditation practices that are focused on keeping you in your present and teaching yourself how to relax, breathe deeply and reduce your anxiety so that you're not going to this dark place, yeah? But you have to make time for this, and you have to make time to be doing the things that make you happy. Now, how can you be more authentic? We've got the Star in reverse. You know, the star is all about positivity, optimism, joy, seeing a future. And for it to come up in reverse and it being something is how you can be more authentic. I feel like sometimes you do, you know, you put a false mask on things, you try and be positive, but bubbling under the surface is all this fear and anxiety. You know, being positive is about energy. It's not just about what comes out of your mouth and what you express. It's about what you're thinking, how you're feeling inside. So to manifest what you want, there has to be faith and trust and calm. And I feel like, you know what you need to do. Intellectually, you absolutely understand manifestation and all of this stuff. But you need to calm yourself enough to actually achieve that state rather than... And stop trying to smooth over the bumps. You know, we have to face the bumps, those obstacles. They're part of our karmic learning. Something you need to let go of. Again, we've got the Tower, and in this card, we see this pile of earth behind a picture frame, and you know the House of Cards, which is about to be burned to a singe. It's quite interesting again that both of these have come up reversed. The House of Cards being burnt to a singe, you know, and this framed earth, it's really, it's triangles in both of these. Let's just see what's coming through. It's such an interesting image. So again, I'm getting a lot of vengefulness come through. So again, this is about not letting yourself go to that dark place, not letting yourself burn too many bridges when you lose your balance and alignment. So there's a lot of anger underneath the anxiety. I feel like you bottle it up and bottle it up and bottle it up until it's just exploding from you, and then that creates, unwanted or destructive behaviours. So you need to stop trying to put a positive spin on everything and actually focus from within to create the positive spin from the point of creation. All these beautiful plans you've had that you're reaching for, make time for yourself to achieve them. Something that you need to acknowledge: double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity, Pleiades. This is powerful. Channeling and uplifting humanity. You're a light worker. And of course, the message from the light is light. Reach for the light, it's there for you. It wants to help you turn this around. And in healing yourself, you're going to heal humanity. In learning to love yourself, you're going to find that you're able to shine that light and teach others to love you. I really hope that helped, Pile 1. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can book a private reading with me at www.happysouls1111.com. And if you would like, you can follow me on Instagram, and you can also find me over on Facebook, where I have a group for like-minded souls. So do come along and check us out. Right, Pile 2. How do you see yourself? Three of Pentacles reversed. Why don't you prioritise your needs? Page of Cups. How you can show yourself you're worthy? The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. How you can be more authentic? The Knight of Cups in reverse. Something you need to let go of. The Ten of Cups in reverse. Something you need to acknowledge. The ever-unfolding Rose. And a message from the light. Move on. Okay, Pile 2. Your 20 quartz that you picked. How you see yourself. Feeling like you're on the outside or a bit left out at the moment. It could be that you're either in between jobs, or perhaps even in between friendship groups when you're just not sure where you fit in. I feel like you're always feeling on the outside. You've just not got that confidence, or you've not found your soul tribe, your work tribe. You're kind of, I'm picking up like black sheep energy. Just, where will I fit in? This need to conform and for real camaraderie, to connect with like-minded souls, just feeling a bit lost and out on a limb. Definitely could be connections to work situations for some of you. But, you know, this is really about just not feeling good enough, not fitting in, feeling like the outcast, feeling embarrassed of who you are, not confident in who you are. Why you don't prioritise your needs. The Page of Cups is about giving too much. You know, you're so focused on juggling everybody else's needs and everybody else's messages and everybody else's journey and everybody else's wants, and that you're not focused on your own. You're like the original people pleaser that just gives and gives and gives. And of course, that's a beautiful thing, to give so unconditionally, but only if you give it to yourself first. So you know, you have to learn to love yourself and to give back. This is a really interesting one to come up in terms of how you can show yourself you're worthy. It's the Eight of Pentacles reversed. I feel like this is why we have got a work situation here, because the Eight of Pentacles is traditionally about, you know, building the foundations, or, you know, creating abundance. And it's in reverse here, which, you know, these two work cards coming up makes me think that you're looking in the wrong place for your self-worth. You're looking for it externally, probably in your job. And you need to understand that, you know, you find that inside of you. When you find that inside of you, it will be easy to get, you know, a good feeling of what is external, but you won't rely on it or feel bereft or rejected or left out when it, you know, you're not appreciated or valued for what you've given. How you can be more authentic. The Knight of Cups reversed. Again, this is a progression from the Page of Cups. But the Knight of Cups reversed, again, upright, the Knight of Cups gives so much. I think, you know, in reverse, it's saying you don't have to charm the pants off everybody. You don't have to make people like you. You can just be yourself. You need to release this need to be liked, this need to, you know, for approval. So this fear of rejection is obviously deep in you. It's a block for your self-love, for your healing. You need to just let that go. You need to stop trying to please people. Stop giving so much before you give to yourself. You know, at least give to yourself first. And then you'll be able to practice discernment much more effectively in terms of who you give your time to, because there is only so much time. You know, your time is valuable, but you have to give some of it to yourself. The Ten of Cups in reverse. Something you need to acknowledge. You know, this is a Union card and it's in reverse. I'm guided to say you need to acknowledge that, you know, this isn't relevant to you now. You don't need it. And the fact that it's come up under the message from the light, which is asking you to move on. You know, I feel like you need to focus this journey. You need to focus on yourself. You need to stop being focused on union. Because union can't come until you've healed. And so long as there's this imbalance in you, until it's brought into harmony and you can give and take and practice unconditional love for self first, you know, this is going to remain out of reach. And you just need to take your focus of it. Stop trying to please everybody else. And just focus on you, because we have here in something you need to acknowledge is the ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. And, you know, it's happening for you, not to you. This journey is a beautiful gift. I know it feels hard. I know you get a lot of self-worth from giving. It makes you feel good that you're so needed and so useful and so capable, and that you're the strong one for everybody. But this is about finding that strength for you, about this rose unfolding. You know, you're being cracked open now so that this can happen for you, so that you can learn to give it to yourself. And you're being guided to move on. And this may be from a work situation or a social situation in which you're not appreciated as well. You know, you can't be happy families with everybody. Not everyone feels as deeply and as compassionately as you. You're a very gentle soul. But you need to learn when to walk away and when to invest more in yourself and stop giving to others when it's not appreciated or valued, or it's you know, becoming a detriment to your well-being. So I really hope that helps, pile 2. Let me know in the comments below. Please like, share and subscribe. If you would like to donate to my channel or send me a deck of cards to keep my reading fresh, you can find information about how to do that in the description box below. And you can also book a private reading with me there at www.happysouls1111.com. I do also run classes about how to love yourself, connecting with your spirit guides, all kinds of cool stuff, twin flame healing, and of course the twin flame connection checks if you're not sure if you're dealing with a twin. Right, pile 3, let's go. How do you see yourself? 4 of Swords reversed. Why don't you prioritise your needs? Page of Swords reversed. How can you show yourself you're worthy? The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. How can you be more authentic? King of Cups in reverse. Something you need to let go of. The Moon in reverse. Something you need to acknowledge. Answer the call. And a message from the light. Healing. How you see yourself. The 4 of Swords in reverse is unsettled, afraid to go there, afraid to confront your wounding. I feel like you engage in a lot of distracting behaviours, just keeping yourself busy. You don't want to reflect on any of the shadow aspects, the pain, the suffering. It's like you're very good at dragging yourself up out of the mud and just marching on anyway. You know, I've got no time to face this. It doesn't serve me, but of course you have to release the shadows. So I think you see yourself as very balanced and controlled and together, but you're also aware that there's this simmering shadow aspects under the surface that you're not facing. There's definitely an awareness about this. You know it's blocking your intuition, but at the same time you feel powerless to release it. Why you don't prioritise your needs. The Page of Swords in reverse is a really interesting card to come up for this question. Why don't you prioritise your needs? You're afraid of speaking the truth. You're afraid you don't have an outlet that's going to be mature enough to understand and listen to the truth. You don't trust yourself to be able to articulate it in a way that can be received. You literally do not know how to move forward or to communicate from within or without what actually needs to be done. I feel a lot of confusion. I think underlying all of it is a desire to heal, but there's just so much confusion about where to start and so much fear as well. How you can show yourself you're worthy. Now, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, you know, this is about avoiding cycles and trying to resist what is. So for me, this, in terms of showing yourself you're worthy, you really just have to surrender to what is and stop beating yourself up. I'm getting a tremendous amount of regret with you, like could have, should have, you know, would have. Why did I do that? Why didn't I do this? How am I really here? This kind of ruminating, rather than confronting the root issue, this ruminating and beating yourself up and not seeing the lessons presented within these circumstances is what's holding you back. You know, this gift to yourself is to open your eyes to it and to allow that cycle to shift, because you've been trapped in it a long time. Only you have the power to remove yourself from it. I don't think you realise that it is self-sabotage to you know, be stuck in that repeat and not making a way forward because of this fear of what you may find. How you can be more authentic. You know, the King of Cups reversed. This is Scorpio energy, and when it's in reverse, you know, this is martyr energy. You know, you don't need to be a martyr if you care about people. It doesn't mean you have to sacrifice yourself for them. So, you know, there's a need here to balance this very mature, beautiful, loving, compassionate energy that you're holding. But at the moment it's out of control. It's causing you problems because you're not giving in harmony with your own needs and the needs of others. It's kind of, you know, as I said, that the thought that comes to mind is being a martyr, of just doing too much, or too little even. But there's a real emotional kind of meltdown in this card being reversed. So in terms of the guidance of being more authentic, you know, it's about harnessing that compassionate energy in a really controlled way. You know, you don't have to take action for everybody you care about. You know, you can communicate your love and care in many different ways. But you definitely need to rebalance in that respect, and to, you know, to do what you want. This is about being your authentic self, you know, stop being such a martyr to others, and to do what you want. Don't worry about what everybody else thinks. Something you need to let go of, fear. You know, the moon in reverse, this is all about letting go of the darkness and trusting the light of the moon. You know, the moon, it's a paradox, isn't it? Because it's dark and it should be fearful, because there's an element of uncertainty following the light of the moon. We can't see the full journey ahead. We have to trust. But the moon does show us a light. It's dim and it's subtle, you know, but it's very intuitive, receptive light. It's feminine energy, and it's that we need to trust, not the path, not the literal 3D path ahead that the darkness, you know, prohibits us from seeing. When we tap into the light of the moon, we can gain a higher understanding of where we're headed. And, you know, this is some of what's blocking you here in terms of this not being able to face all of this trauma, so you can't even get past that point of looking at where you need to go. When you release this fear, you'll be able to see so much more clearly. Something that you need to acknowledge, we've got answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Now, I can't answer that question for you. You've got to answer that call. You know what your soul is calling you to do. Whatever's been, you know, triggering you, whatever plans you've had, whatever ideas, beliefs, dreams, visions, whatever it is that you keep being pushed towards, you need to take action now. Yeah, this is something that you need to acknowledge. It says very clearly, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? There's a lot of movement in water through this energy, a lot of water coming down through the mountains, which is emotional energy being released. So I do think this is a big part of it, and this ties in with the Kings of Cups. But for some of you, this is going to be really specific to your mission, to where you need to move in your life. And, you know, this message will resonate for you from the perspective of literally answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? You know better than I can't answer this question for all of you. A message from the light is healing. And we've got here a hand holding a broken heart. And it's an individual hand. You know, it's one hand. It's the left hand, the feminine, receptive hand. It's about, you know, receiving love for yourself and healing self. You've got to get past these blockages to reach that love that's inside of you, to balance it. Because there's so much love in you. Big love. You've got Scorpio and Pisces here, releasing fear. Being your authentic self and releasing fear. Really hope that helps, pile 3. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do like, share and subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, a twin flame connection check, twin flame healing, spirit release therapy, or even some classes, you can find all that information on my website at www.happysouls1111.com. You can also find me on Instagram at happysouls1111. And you can find me on Facebook. There's a link in my description box below. Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye-bye.